Hello, so welcome to the another class of cloud computing. So today in this class here we will study here about the cloud deployment model. Now we have various kind of cloud deployment models here. That means the how the cloud services will be provided. So we have various deployment models here like public cloud model, then we have private cloud model, then the hybrid cloud model, and then the community cloud model. So we will discuss all of these cloud deployment models here. So the very first which we have here is the public cloud model. So that means a cloud will be either a public cloud, a private cloud, a hybrid cloud, or a community based cloud. So, the very first which we're going to study here is the public cloud model. So, a cloud is a public cloud when the services are provided over a network which is open for public use here. That's why it is referred here as public cloud model because the services here are provided for the public use over the internet. That means the various applications and your data storage is available to the general public over the internet. So a cloud is referred as a public cloud model when the services provided over when the services provided over a network is are open for public use. So that means the various services here or the various applications we can say here. That means the various applications or data storage etc are available to the general public use over the internet. So the public cloud basically allows the systems and services to be easily accessible by the general public. Like we have various services like the Amazon EC2 here, that is your elastic compute cloud, and like Microsoft offers cloud services via internet, and we have other cloud services that, or we can say that the example here for a public cloud model are like your Google App Engine, or like your IBM offers the IBM's Blue Cloud here. So whatever the services these vendors here are provided, they are easily accessible by the general public here. So these services here can be free, or basically they have pay per usage model. That means according to the usage you have to pay for that. So if you just see here the scenario for your public cloud model, so you will have the various services or applications here. So this public cloud here can be managed by, or we can say that maintained or operated by a business administrator or by a business academic or some another organization, and sometimes it is managed by the combination of these various firms. So this cloud basically resides here at the premises of the cloud vendor here. So this is just a representation here for the public cloud model. Like we have different services here, like your compute services, or which is computing services, then you can have the storage services, the application services here, messaging services, or your platform services. So these will be here managed by the particular cloud administrator here. Now that means now the various services, these services are here deployed over the internet for the public user. That means can be accessible by the general public here. That means like for example you have your like compute services or your messaging services. So these here can be accessed by a number of users. Like somebody is using these services, or then some other user is accessing application services, and other may use here the platform services or your storage services here. So this is the most commonly deployed and easily deployed your model for your cloud computing system, because if you want to provide services for the public use, that means all of these resources can be shared by the number of users as they're available there, easily accessible. So we have to deploy a public cloud here, which is basically residing on the cloud vendor's premises there. So this public cloud model here has various benefits here. Now when we are using here or providing some services, that means we're using various storage services, we're enabling virtualization here, and then we're providing the services to the users. Now after that we will see here that what are the various benefits of public cloud model. Benefits of public cloud model. So the very first advantage of the public cloud model is that it is cost effective. That means as your public cloud shares here same resources with the large number of customers, so it has low cost. So if it is not a public cloud, that means it is not here sharing the resources here with the number of customers. So that means in such kind of case, each of the user will have the different resources. So that will not be a very cost effective model here. So with this public cloud model, it comes with the advantage of cost effectiveness, that it is here or the resources here are shared among multiple number of users, so it becomes here a cost effective model. Now after that, the second advantage which is here associated with this public cloud model is the reliability. Now for reliability, we can say that this public cloud employs large number of resources from different locations. So how reliability is provided here? Like if any of the resource fails, public cloud can use the other resource. That means it's not here totally depending only for the one resource here, because it is employed by a large number of uh, it is using large number of resources at different locations. So if any particular resource is failed at one particular location, so it is mm, an advantage that it can be accessed by some other locations. That means we always have the backup for the various resources here. So public cloud here can access those resources here. So this is how public cloud is also offering reliability here. After that, third one is the flexibility. Now it is easy to integrate the public cloud with the private cloud. So it gives consumers a flexible approach because it is easily integrable with your private cloud here. After flexibility, the next advantage which is associated here with the public cloud model is the location independence. Location independence. Since your public cloud services are delivered through internet, so it ensures location independence. That means you just don't have to be location dependent, that you can access the particular resource at one particular location here, because the resources here are distributed. It can be accessed here from the other location, so that means it is independent of this location factor here. So it is offering here the location independence. So after cost effectiveness, reliability, flexibility, and location independence, the next one which we have here is the utility style costing. Utility style costing means that public cloud is based on pay per use model. The public cloud is based on pay per use model here. So that means the resources are accessible whenever consumer needs it. That means whenever you require, you can access the resources and you have to pay here according to the usage. Pay per use. Whatever for the duration of a month or whatever amount of resources you have consumed, you have to pay according to that usage here. So after utility style costing, it also offers here high scalability. High scalability. Now, cloud resources are made available on demand from a pool of resources. So, this is one of the features here also for your cloud computing or for your public cloud, that it offers on demand service. That means whenever you require, you can access the resource from a pool of resources here. So, another how scalability is being added there, that the resources can be scaled up or scaled down anytime. That means according to the requirements, it can be scaled up or scale down whenever that is not required here. So these are here the benefits which are associated with your public cloud model here. Your public cloud being cost effective because here the resources are shared among large number of customers. Then it offers here reliability because if one of the resource fail, it can be accessed by or it can use some other resource. After that, it provides here us the flexibility. That means it's easy to integrate a public cloud with a private one. Then it offers location independence here. After that, it's based on pay per use model. It means it has utility costing advantage. After that, we have here the scalability feature with the public cloud. So this public cloud, which is here available for the public use over the internet, that means the services for the public cloud here are delivered over the internet, which is available or generally easily accessible to the general public. So we have discussed here the examples also, like the various services offered by Amazon, Google App Engine, IBM, and Microsoft Windows Azure. So these are all the examples for your public cloud model here. Now, with the certain advantages of your public cloud model, we have certain issues or certain disadvantages also associated with it. So next we have the disadvantages of this deployment model. disadvantages of public cloud model. So first one is low security. Now, in public cloud, what happens? The data is hosted offsite and the resources are shared publicly. So, it doesn't ensure a high level of security. So, this is one of the disadvantages here of public cloud here that as the resources are shared publicly and the data is hosted here offsite. So, the level of security here is not that much high with your public cloud here. Second disadvantage is associated with this is that it is less customizable. That means it is especially less customizable than your private cloud model here. So these are just the disadvantages which are associated with your public cloud model. So we have just covered here about that what public cloud is and what are the various advantages and benefits if you are using a public cloud model. So these are various deployment models here of the various services which are to be delivered through cloud depending on the requirements on the scenario that how you want to cater the various services here. So we have today just covered about public cloud models. So we will study the various deployment models of cloud computing in our upcoming sessions. So this is all here for today's class. Thank you so much.